email as well. And if you look at the bottom bar of your Zoom screen, you'll see that there is a Q&A box. While we're going, if you have a question pop in your head, if you have a question during Q&A, please drop it there and we'll address it during that time. Everyone is muted, but if we see a question and you have to expand on it, then we can unmute you, and then obviously you can ask your panelist. And then finally, if a question needs a follow-up, we'll mark that down and we will get back to you after the call. So with that, I will go ahead and pass it over to Cavell.
All right, great. Thanks, Patience. So as Patience mentioned, I lead the product management team here at CribMaster, and I'm extremely excited to talk about a new solution that we've added to our portfolio. So as part of the agenda, we're going to cover a few of the key customer problems that we focused on as part of this solution. We'll go through the overall product lineup, then talk through some common workflows with this product, and then get into configuration and availability. And at the end, as Patience mentioned, we'll cover Q&A. So product management at CribMaster focuses on customer problems in a way that makes sure that we solve the right thing at the right time. And this particular problem set that we're solving for is ensuring security for high value items, making sure that there's individual accountability with access control through our software, and high capacity in a small footprint, which in any space in a manufacturing or service setting, manufacturing space or just floor space is at a premium. So with those problems in mind, we felt that this product would be good for a few key segments, and that includes metalworking, cutting tools, and MRO. And of course, that's in precision manufacturing, metalworking and fabrication shops, aerospace and automotive. But of course, this product can be used in any general manufacturing setting. So it's in the lineup. The first is FlipTop, which is the most capacity and configurability with up to 9 drawers that you can configure for. FlipTop Mini, which is the best balance of size and capacity, is configurable up to 4 drawers. And then the FlipTop Wall actually mounts on a wall, but it's effectively one of the large drawers turned sideways. And we think this is great for a production cell. And one of the most interesting things, of course, again, is capacity. 95% of the space is used within these products. So let's quickly jump into workflows. Just like any other CribMaster solution, you select your item or items from search via text or via picture. Once you've selected your item for vending, the drawer that you are going to vend from, the light on the drawer lights up, it flickers, and then you open that drawer. The lid automatically pops open. And you take your item, and without having to actually close the drawer, close the bin again, you simply close the drawer, and we have a technology called auto lock that will automatically close the bin for you, reducing the amount of touch and potential wear and tear on individual bins. And with any other CribMaster software, you can restrict item access by user, the item, or define user fields. You can vend rework items before new items, of course, which is very important when you're talking about high value or reusable machining tools. You can, of course, optimize for supply and product mix through reporting. There's real-time visibility with notifications and alerts. And ultimately, you can reduce machine downtime and prevent stockouts with the CribMaster software in this solution. One additional workflow that I want to highlight here is replenishment. And so as I mentioned, if you are taking an individual item, you only have access to that bin. When you're replenishing items, you have the ability to open all of the bins for that particular item at the same time. And so the person who's going to replenish those items can simply place all of those items and, as I mentioned before, close the drawer without having to close individual bins. And we think this is going to significantly reduce the amount of time it takes to replenish product. Let's jump over to machine configuration now. So Our large machine and our FlipTop Mini are configurable with drawers that are either 1.9, 2.9, or 3.9 inches in height. And the large machine, as I mentioned, is configurable up to 9 drawers, depending on the heights that you choose. And then our Mini is configurable up to 4 drawers, again, depending on the heights that you use. And each drawer can be configured with various bins that we have available: square bins, rectangular, large, small, etc. But as opposed to you racking your brain trying to figure out exactly which individual bins you should configure, we actually have a set of bins or a set of drawers that are standard for each size. There are 14 for the FlipTop and 14 for FlipTop Mini. And all of these configurations are available within a configuration guide that we'll make available for you after this call. You can mix and match drawer heights within a machine. And as you can see from the drawer configuration, some of these are all one size, and some of these are a mixture of sizes to get to a particular quantity of bins within a drawer. And once you've decided that how your machine is going to look, you can scale it very quickly. So right now we have available the option to add 3 auxiliary units to an existing unit, which gives you just over 7,000 total bins that you have access to, which is a huge capacity impact for our customers within the small footprint. So I'll quickly touch on availability. Availability in the Americas is now. So we recently released FlipTop. You should have seen some of our marketing material available online. And standard lead times are 12 to 15 weeks based on the standard drawers that are available. Europe is coming soon, and the team will be able to talk about that. But given the lead times that we actually have pre-configured machines that are available in limited supply. And we encourage you to speak with our commercial team, our inside sales and sales managers, if you have any questions regarding any of those pre-configured machines that are available. So quickly, in summary, again, we're focused on value with this product. Security, making sure that your high value items stay secure and are only accessible individually as necessary, and making sure that you have the most capacity for the given footprint. We also believe that this is best for metalworking and cutting tools and MRO customers, but again, anyone has the ability to use the solution. And given the breadth of the products that we have in the line, the standard configurations that we have for each drawer, and the scalability of the product, we believe that this solves some of the hardest problems for our customers. And that's just a quick set of highlights around FlipTop. And I will actually pause here and we can open it up to Q&A.
All right, thanks, Cavell. We have a couple of questions coming in. So first up, is this replacing the cab lock? That would be for Cavell.
No, this is not replacing the cab lock. We look at this as an addition to our portfolio, not a replacement for anything in our product line.
All right, awesome. So this is going to be for Chris. What version of CribMaster Client and ATR is required for the bare minimum management of these units?
FlipTop is operational with CM10 and CM11. CM11 will have additional features, while CM10 is bare minimum.
All right. Although a stylus pin isn't included, can one be used by employees?
Yes, one can be used by employees.
All right. Going through a couple of the questions. This is for Katie. What's the lead time for barcode readers being an option for FlipTop?
Yep, so we are looking at that, and we have it a part of the backlog currently today. And so that's coming in a future release that we'll be releasing here shortly.
All right, awesome. We're getting a lot of questions coming. This is good. This is one for Melanie. What is the display size?
Display size is 17 inches for the large unit, and it is 15 inches for the mini and 10 inches for the wall.
All right, we got one coming in from Jerry Batley. Weight limit per drawer.
Weight limit per drawer is 110 pounds.
All right. We get a, hold on one second. We have a longer one here. When restocking, if you use different default issue quantities / bin for whatever reason, size running out of locations if you have a mixed size drawer, will they indicate on screen like a pro stock, in quotations, put X in bins, and then when you close those bins, pop the new ones open? And that would be for Cavell.
Can you repeat that question again?
Yeah. So when restocking, if you use different default issue quantity / bin for whatever reason, size running out of locations if you have a mixed size drawer, will they indicate on screen like a pro stock, in quotations, put X in bins, and then when you close those bins, pop the new ones open?
Yeah, we're actually working through some great utilities to help customers configure the individual bins. And I won't go into detail, but we're working through the ability to, as you place items in a particular bin for the given quantity, that it will help you use up the bins appropriately as you close them. So you may have 10 and you want to put 4 and put, or 2 in a particular set of bins. And as you go through that exercise, the screen will walk you through how to do that. But that's currently in backlog.
All right, awesome. And this is actually one that I can answer. Is marketing material available on the resource site? Yes, it is. So if you search under FlipTop, you should be able to find data sheets for every unit. But after this call, we're actually going to be sending out a follow-up email with a configuration guide and all of the data sheets to everyone on the call and everyone who registered. All right, and we have one come in. How would bin code and crib assignment be set in FlipTop?
Yep, Chris, you're on mute.
Oh, sorry. So how would bin code and assignment be set on FlipTop? So we are working on, or we have a configuration utility that's built into the client software that will help you assign and build out your bins. If you're asking for the specific bin naming convention, I can provide that to you guys in the chat. But it's pretty standard to what we do now with all of our other machines. So it would be crib, drawer, row, and then column.
All right, awesome. Thanks, Chris. We have one coming in. How is the FlipTop wall mounted on the wall?
Very high level. The packaging for the wall includes all the necessary hardware to mount. It is important that you follow the local regulations, but basically attach a bracket to the wall and the unit to that bracket. Just make sure it's secure, so please follow your local regulations.
All right, awesome. Another question, is field configuration possible? What is involved?
Good question. So right now we're saying that you would configure as part of the order process, and that if you need to change out a drawer of the same height, that you contact our installation team to help you replace a drawer of the same height. Replacing a drawer of a different height is not currently possible in the field just because of the amount of technical work that's tied to it. We want to make sure that our customers have a good experience with the product.
All right, awesome. And another one, this is for Melanie, weight limit per drawer.
Weight limit for drawer is 110 pounds.
All right, awesome.
Also,
Got a lot of
something, a note that you probably be thinking about it, in regards to the wall unit is a little bit different. I'll have to find exact data, but it's lower just because there is like a drawer mounted on the wall. So the load is applied to a different point. Instead of being applied at the bottom of the drawer, that's metal, it's applied to the bin surface, that's plastic. So I can send you, patient, all the limit requirements for that, and you can pass it along.
Yeah, and we'll send that out. We've got a couple questions coming in the chat here. Does FlipTop use item-centric ordering like a Pro Stock? Can we assign bin capacity per bin if assigning an item to multiple bins?
So the answer to those questions are yes. Yes, you can do item-centric ordering, and yes, you can assign multiple items to a bin.
All right, awesome. And this is probably a question for Melanie, but Cavell, jump in if you want. Is each bin replaceable if the lid is malfunctioning on one of the bins?
No, we have said the bin lids are spare parts. Per feedback we have received, those will probably be the most common spare parts. So you don't have to replace an entire bin. You don't have to remove the bin. You can simply just replace the lid, and it's a very simple process.
And the one thing I like to add is that we chose to make auto lock a standard portion of the product, which again is, it's a roll bar that will automatically close the lids when you close the drawer. And we think this will again help reduce the potential wear and tear as people use the machine so that they don't have to manually close the lids. So spare parts, but we've thought about how do we make sure that the customer has a good experience with it. And auto lock is one of those things where we think will help eliminate the need for a lot of replace bins, but you never know.
All right, awesome. Thanks, Cavell, for that. Another question, we got a lot of questions coming in. This is good. Thanks, guys. Can you get sample bins to help size items?
Yes, you can. And we are actually working through having a kit available. The first set of kits will actually be available with our commercial team, so our sales team. And so connect with them to help you size, but we will make those kits available for customers to be able to size.
All right, thanks, Cavell. So we do have a question. This looks like the Matrix system. Is there a relationship there?
Yes, this does. I would say Matrix is a brand for ISCAR. We do share the same manufacturer, and you'll note that all of the branding is specific to CribMaster, and you will see additional things that will come out that will drive branding specifically for CribMaster as well.
All right, thanks, Cavell. And this is another question for you. We did have a couple of questions about price and price point. Can you shed a little light on that?
Sure. Because these machines are highly configurable, a lot of the conversation around specific price points will be held with your sales team and inside sales team. I would say that looking across the landscape, we have priced this competitively. And we know some customers look at this as a price per bin type of discussion, as well as an overall solution price. And we think, again, competitively, that you can find the right solution between FlipTop, FlipTop Mini, and Wall that works best for you within the price point that you need.
Awesome, great answer. Thanks, Cavell. So we do have a couple more questions. You guys have been awesome with these, so thank you for the participation. Do you anticipate shorter production lead times in the future versus 12 to 15 weeks?
Yeah, good question. Given the current global situation, I don't know if I can answer that. But again, what we've done is we've developed some standard configurations based on what we think our customers are going to be placing in the machines to help reduce lead time. We do think that over time, as we see demand grow, there'll be things that we potentially can put in place to shorten that. But right now, I would say the main focus is, hey, if you believe that you think you can leverage one of the pre-configured machines, please do.
Awesome, great answer, Cabell. We have a couple of questions on bins coming up. When receiving, you said that all the item bins open. Does that include bins with product already in them?
No, so just like you would do with receiving items in any of our machines, it would only open up bins that have no quantities currently associated to them.
Great, thanks, Chris. And we have one question on a weight limit. This is going to be for Melanie. Is the weight limit for just structural integrity, or will it affect the machine's function?
It is for just to preserve safety and make sure that the integrity of the design is kept. The bottom of the drawer is a very delicate system, and we want to make sure that we set the appropriate limits so we don't create additional malfunction in the future.
All right, great. Thanks, Melanie. Looking on the chat, I have a couple of more questions coming through. And this would be for Katie. Can we get a longer bin than 3 inches? Many end mills and drills are longer than 3 inches.
Yeah, so currently today we don't offer custom bills, but we do offer 32 different drawer options. So I would say reach out to your sales rep so we could take a look at the items that you're wanting to put in to see if we could get a little bit creative with what we have to offer. And if none of those work, then we'll love to gather research and collect some data on those dimensions so we can see for a future release if that's an option we need to offer.
Great. And another question for you, this is a pretty good idea here. Is there a plan to incorporate a couple of cow block style drawers, open style, with the FlipTop for a multi-use system?
So go ahead, Katie.
Sorry, I already put myself on mute. I was just gonna say currently today, that is not something that is offered. I would love to hear the use case behind that to take a look and see. But Cabell, where were you going to add to it? Because I don't want to steal that.
Yeah, I was just going to add that one of the drawer configurations is an empty drawer that you can put multiple items in. It's not a system where you can actually add dividers today, but you do have the ability to add a plain empty drawer.
Yep, just an open space.
All right, I did get a question about is this going to be recorded? And I think that's helpful for everybody on the call. If you did join late, yes, this is going to be recorded. The recording, the data sheets, and the configuration guide are going to be sent out to everyone that registered, just to make sure that you guys have it. But it's also going to be posted on our YouTube channel as well. So if you're not subscribed already, be sure to subscribe. Hold on one second. Is there an online demo for the FlipTop via the website or YouTube? Yes, that's definitely in the pipeline. So if you do look on our YouTube channel, we have an awesome video that goes over all 3 of the units. And also, if you sign up for our Blue Volt course university, look out for courses on that as well. That's a great resource that we've extended to all of our customers and everyone here, just because, like I said at the beginning of the call, unfortunately, because of the global climate, we all can't travel, we can't have customers in our training room. So it's just it's an online resource that helps. And another question for Cabell, and this is actually software related, is the software on the Matrix machine different to that of the FlipTop?
So the FlipTop solution runs our CribMaster software, which most of you are familiar with and have used previously.
Great, thanks, Cabell. And here's another question for, this is actually going to be for Cabell. This may be a similar question, but can you add a Pro Stock auxiliary unit?
That is, I'll actually let Katie answer that, but we're actually pretty excited about some of the things we'll be able to do soon. Katie?
Yep, so we are currently evaluating adding some of our traditional machines to FlipTop. And so that is something that we're working on and we'll be releasing in the near future. Those machines initially will be Pro Stock, Pro Lock, Toolbox, and the multi-store unit that will be able to be an aux or a main to the FlipTop large and mini, but not the wall.
Great, thanks, Katie.
And
We have
before
a question.
we move on, sorry, I just want to
Oh, you're
add
fine.
a comment. Why, you probably are asking why not the wall? Where the wall can only aux to the wall cannot aux to any other machine. Like existing CribMaster large and mini can aux to each other, but the wall can only aux to the wall.
Awesome, thanks, Melanie. Another question for you. So might want to unmute yourself. How much of the drawer height is usable? For instance, one listed height is 1.9 inches. Can I put an item in that bin that's 1.9 inches high?
I'll have to find more data and find the very specific because we do some roundup and I will have to find the exact dimension of the bin, but it is mostly usable space. I would say like, if not 100, is in the high 90s. So the height of the drawer is pretty much your usable space, and also that applies to the empty drawer.
Great, thanks, Melanie. This is a question for Katie coming up. This might actually be our last one, so if you have any last minute questions, feel free to shoot them out. If a wall unit could run on an M-gate, that would be a great idea. Not really a question, but more of just a comment. Do you have any kind of feedback on that?
No, I'll say thank you for sharing that. We'll definitely take it down. And then whoever that was, I will say definitely you can share some information to your sales rep why you would be interested. That would be great, but I'll definitely take a note and we'll add it to evaluate and see if it makes a need. Thank you.
Yep, that was Kirk Cramp. And I am going to do a plug for one of Cabell's initiatives, but we do have a separate website that's linked on our new website called ideas.cribmaster.com, where you can submit, product ideas like that, something running as an aux on another machine, just anything we might think of. And then that's kind of a direct link to our products team. So you can submit those ideas, we can vet them, and then we can reach back out to you if we decide to pursue it. So check that out if you think of anything after this call or, anything after that. All right. Looks like we don't have any more. That I will go ahead and wrap it. Your day back. Again for taking time out of your day. I know this is a lunch and learn and it might not be lunch where you are, but we really appreciate you guys taking the time, especially, since we all can't travel. It's great that we can all meet virtually and, give you guys what you need and be able to support you in any way we can. So after this call, I'm going to be sending out the follow-up, like I said, with the recording, the configuration guide, and then of course we took down all of your questions and follow-ups. So look out for someone from sales, someone from product, or someone from marketing to reach out and get back to you on that. All right. Well, thanks everybody. I hope everyone has a great day, a safe day, and a great weekend. Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.